Hi friends, I'm filming this on the official Valentine's Day. This was my Valentine's gift this morning. Very, very grateful. If you didn't know, llamas are my favorite animal. If you ever need to get me a present, just know if it involves llamas, I'll probably like it. It also came with this. Today is look number 2 with the So Jaded palette from Colourpop and Kathleen Lights. I'm going out for dinner anyway, might as well do another look because I feel like there's something in here that is Valentine's appropriate. We got some dark reds, a couple purples. I thought that would be kind of fun. But yeah, I thought I'd just do a little going out look. If you're looking for something to wear to a nice dinner, this might be appropriate. So if that sounds like fun to you, then keep on watching and let's get started. At the time I'm filming this, I have not uploaded the first look in this series, so hopefully you guys like it. I will link it up here if you haven't watched it already. I really loved the first look of this palette. I'm really looking forward to seeing what else this palette has in store. So to contrast the very bold, warm-toned eyeshadow look that I came up with the last time, I really wanted to focus on using some more of these softer, muted purple tones, maybe do something a little bit more neutral, maybe a little bit softer. I am drawn towards this sequin matte shade. You know, I've been anti-sequin matte for a long time, but when I was filming with the Going Coconuts palette, I'll link that up here. I actually fell in love with this sequin matte shade. It's called Get Crackin', and it just looked so nice on the lid, tapped out with my finger, that when I saw a sequin matte shade in this palette, it's called Ametrine, and it just looked so soft and beautiful with that silver reflect. I feel like we can pull something out with that kind of as the main outer corner focus, keeping it still soft and blendy and romantic. I also really want to dive into this one today. We'll just see where the mood takes us, but I don't want to go too overboard and I don't want to go too bold or graphic. We're keeping it soft. So let's build up the crease a little bit with this very cool toned, very neutral shade called Rose Quartz. I feel like this is a very good shade just to start building a very soft shape. Very cool toned, almost leaning a little bit pink on the lid. It's really hard to screw up with a shade like this because it is so fair. It does take on that sort of dusty rose quality once it's applied. You can almost just blend this away into nothing. Okay, what next? So I don't want to deepen it too much. I don't want it to get so dramatic. However, I do feel like there needs to be just a hair more definition, so I'm gonna be very sparing, but I want to pick up a bit of this garnet shade. I'm keeping it pretty contained. I don't want to go and blend it all the way up. Taking Rose Quartz again and blending over top. You know what? Restaurant's probably going to be dark. I think the blend of these colors is really nice. The eye look doesn't really have any sort of edge to it, and that's kind of the vibe I want to keep going. Let's press a little bit of this Ametrine shade on the outer third with our finger. Yeah, I think that's going to go beautifully. A little bit dusty. Definitely a fallout situation all over my cheek. When it catches the light though, super pretty. I'm curious to see if this shade will actually stick to the lid. It's pretty dusty. Let's see if I can whisk away some of this fallout. The color mostly lifted, but I'm left with glitter all over my cheeks. There are a couple options for inner third highlight. We could go with Moonstone, which is pretty but very neutral, or we could take Diamond, which has that iridescence to it. It's very glittery. I'm leaning more towards Diamond. Spray your brush first. Not really picking up much on the brush. How did I know that wasn't gonna work? It's almost like an eyeshadow topper. The way it doesn't really cover, it doesn't really have a base color. It just kind of lays on top. Jesus, it's so beautiful though. I have glitter all over, just all over my face. Okay, let's finish off the eyes real quick. Let's take a stab of garnet. Let's blend that out with a little bit of rose quartz. I'm happy with where this is for now. Yeah, let me go off camera, put on some lashes, we'll zoom out, finish the rest of the look. I think lash application seriously takes me like half an hour. These are Sleepy Starlet by Likely Makeup. They are my go-to less dramatic, slightly more natural lash, even though that's pushing it. Already lined my lips. Almond Rose, you know the drill. So let's just do a lip, but let's use a Noctex liquid lip vial. This one's called Requiem. And I think we're gonna do a little bit of an ombre moment today. And then let's just add a touch of lilies, which I think is going to be a really good match for this look. Perfect. That is exactly what I wanted. And I know for a fact that this will last all the way through dinner. Now let's do some blush. Just gonna use a good old Tarte blush. Let's try Authentic first, because I think that will give us the right muted, almost purple tone. You know, still clown, but taupey clown, muted clown. I think we're gonna dip back into the RachhLoves and Pixi palette. I'm gonna use a little bit of lace because it's more cool toned. So beautiful. You know, I'm feeling sassy. Let's color in this mole. Let's lock everything in. All right, and I'm calling that done. I really like this look. I think it's super date appropriate. It's very soft, but it catches the light really beautifully. This shade here, Diamond, the one that acted as kind of an eyeshadow topper, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's got such a subtle little shift in there that only when it's patted on top of something else does it really shine through. And it's really just brightening the entire eye look. I love it. Just don't use it with a brush. I'm almost positive that it's a Super Shock because of how bouncy the formula was, which is great. I think they should just take out all of the pressed glitter and replace them all with Super Shocks. Besides, it's so hard to get through an entire single pot of Super Shock. I just feel like you would never hit pan on those before they dried up and went bad. So I think incorporating them into larger palettes with smaller pan sizes is a really smart move. Not as impressed with Ametrine as I wanted to be. This sequined taupey purple shade looks really beautiful, but the glitter didn't really stick around. It didn't give me that sort of very subtle sparkle that I got from Get Crackin' in the Going Coconuts palette. This formula, for some reason, the way that the glitter is incorporated all the way through, it just gleams and sparkles in this really beautiful way. Plus, it did not budge when I put it on my lid. But yeah, I really love the crease shades here. I think they are very seamless. They blended out nicely. I feel like the lighter shades always blend out better just because with my lighter skin tone, you can't really see where the shadow ends. If you had a deeper skin tone though, I don't think you could use that shade at all. Luckily, there are tons of other crease shades in here that are deeper in tone, so you could just swap that out with this or just go straight in with Garnet. So I'm really happy with how this all came together. It was more or less without much effort. I like looks like this that aren't too complicated, that pretty much anyone can do with a couple of brushes and their fingers. Let me know in the comments below, do you prefer if I use more tricky techniques and try and push my skill a lot farther, or do you prefer when I dial it back and do something a little simpler? I like doing a mixture of both. I'm looking forward to the next one. I can't wait to see how different we can get from the first one to this one to the next one. Here are some ways you can help out this channel. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can comment down below on what you thought of the video. You could subscribe. You can follow me on other social media. I will leave those right there. I never say this, but yeah, hit the bell if you want. I don't know if it works, but go ahead and try. Lastly, hit the Patreon link down below. Yeah, and that's everything. So I'm going to go get ready and have a really nice Valentine's dinner. Be kind and be generous, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.